Hi, welcome to day 9 of our 30-day yoga challenge with me, Beka. If you would like to try to build consistency with yoga practice and improve your health and wellness, let's start out on our mat. Go ahead and lay down and pull your knees into your chest. And let's start by softly rocking to the left and right, massaging our lower back. Then take your knees and make small circles, massaging them first to the left, then the right. Roll to the left and the right. Open the knees up and make big circles with them. Then go the opposite way and bring them in towards your chest and then out towards your chest. Extend the right leg forward, pulling the left knee in towards your chest. Hold and just breathe into your lower back. I woke up this morning with a stiff lower back, so I thought this practice would really help me. Now pull your right knee into the chest and extend the left leg out straight. And really hug that right knee in close to your chest, breathing into the lower back. Now grab both knees into the chest, hug them one last time, and then set your feet down on the mat, knees pointed towards the ceiling. Extend your arms out in a T shape, and slowly roll your knees to fall over to the right side of your body. You'll feel an expansion in the left side of your lower back. Now bring the knees back to center and then breathe in deeply and then exhale and slowly let the knees fall over to the left side of your body. Not forcing anything, just letting them be heavy. If it feels good for your neck, slowly roll your head and look over to one hand and then the other, getting rid of any stiffness. Slowly pull the knees back up, right, towards the ceiling. Hug them in towards your chest, picking the feet off the floor, and letting the knees become parallel with the ground. Slowly, by using your abdominal muscles, let the knees fall over to the right side. Then using your abs, pull them back to neutral, and then let them fall to the left side. To truly feel my abdominals engage, I do not let my feet touch the ground, but just hover slightly over. To sort of engage your side abdominal muscles and wake them up. Bring the feet back to center and then continue to slowly let them fall to the right and left, focusing on your core, and then also getting a nice massage in the lower side back area. Hug the knees into your chest and breathe deeply in. And then exhale and widen your knees far out. Flex and point your feet a bit to sort of warm up the ankles. And then try to bring your knees in towards your armpits and grab the outside of your feet into happy baby pose. Rock slightly to the left and right, again, opening up and massaging that lower back, as well as sort of stretching out the legs a bit. Okay, now that we're done with that warm-up, lower your feet down and let's get up into a sitting position with your legs flat out in front of you. Pull your knees in for a little bit and straighten your back really tall and puff out your chest, rolling your shoulders back, getting some really good posture. And then exhale and curve your spine and tuck your chin in, rolling your back out. Breathe in, puff the chest forward, rolling the shoulders back. Exhale, tuck the chin, shoulders move to the front, curving the back out. Do this several times just to warm up that back. Getting the juices flowing. Now slowly come up into an upright position and lift your feet off the mat to where your knees are bent and your legs are at a parallel position with the ground. Extend the arms out into boat pose. Using your abdominals to balance you, doing some deeper core work that's very subtle but very important to increase your stability with your core. Lower the feet down, straighten the spine up very tall, and open up the knees and let them fall to the side, letting your feet meet in the middle into butterfly position. Take this moment to warm your wrists up a bit, rotating them left and right, right and left. Now take a little bit of a free-for-all moment and just rotate your head, move your arms, stretch out. Use this time to kind of wake your body up all over. Stretch forward, open up those groin muscles, and then just shake it out. Arms high in the sky. And then twist to the right side, placing your left hand on your right knee. Let your right hand go behind you. Try to deepen that stretch and look over your shoulder like you're trying to see something behind you. Getting a nice spinal twist. Now back to center, arms high in the sky, reaching up and touching, and then twist towards your left with your right hand, grabbing your left knee and your left arm going behind you. Try to straighten your spine and your crown of your head goes towards the heavens while trying to look over that left shoulder like you're trying to see behind you. Stretching out the neck as well as your spine. Now release back to center. Roll your head to the left, roll your head to the right, and then slowly walk your hands in front of you. Place your head down on the mat if you can, and just let your head and the trunk of your body be heavy. Kind of feel your spine sort of decompressing and releasing. Rub your head left and right on the mat, massaging your forehead. And take a moment to breathe deeply in and out, finding a moment of comfort. Slowly lift your trunk of your body up tall. Put your feet out in front of you, knees bent, and place the hands behind you. Sit up tall and straight. Puff out your chest. Puff it out. Stretch your arms by being very tall on them. And then when you're ready, lift the hips up towards the sky in reverse tabletop position. Keep this pose, breathing deeply in and deeply out, focusing on your knees, staying straight ahead. And when ready, release your head down and let it hang. Feeling a wonderful stretch in your upper arm area and your shoulders. Slowly release, exhaling, lower the hips and your butt down back on your mat. Straighten your torso high in the sky, crown of the head towards the heavens. And then slowly walk your hands forward, hinging from the hips. We don't care about how deep we go or how close we can pancake our belly to the tops of our thighs. We just want to hinge from our hips and activate the sensations along the backs of our legs. If you need to bounce a little, I do that. A lot of people do not care for that and just want to keep a static stretch. For me, it kind of helps my muscles warm up a little bit. Then slowly walk your hands back up, lifting your torso high. Open the knees, they're bent, and have them wider than hip width, probably about as wide as your mat. And let your knees windshield wiper left and right. Add a little bit of pizzazz. Move your head and your shoulders. Introducing movement and releasing any tensions in the back of your, left and right side body. When you are ready, as you're windshield wipering, expand on this a little bit further by sitting upright. Let your knees fall over to the right side. Slowly lower your body over that right bent knee on the right side. And then when ready, take your left foot and lift it up, rotating that hip. If you suffer from grandma butt like I do, I'm 48, my butt is a weird shape. And a lot of it's due to like hip dips and saddlebags. If you have that problem too, it's totally normal. We all have that. But this movement can really help activate the muscles in those areas to create a more firm and youthful looking bum. Now knock your knees over to the left side. Sit upright. And when ready, just kind of lift up that back right foot. Rotating the hip. And pulse that foot up and down. Activating and working those hip rotators and butt muscles, those glutes, hip abductors, pulsing so that we can fight the good fight against grandma butt. Sit upright again and put your feet together in butterfly position. You can have your feet out further in front of you, or you can pull them in deeper, just whatever position gives you the best stretch for your groin muscles. And pump your knees up and down a bit, warming up the muscles. Slowly bend over top of those feet. Using your elbows to push the knees wider apart, or you can set them on your mat to sort of roll your hips open towards the feet to increase the mobility and flexibility in that groin area. If you ever have a dream of doing the center splits, this would be a great thing to do every day to kind of train your legs to be able to open wide. Bounce the knees again, creating a little bit of heat. Push the knees together, roll your head to the left and to the right. Swing your knees around and to the back and lay down on your belly. Relax your body completely and sort of shift your hips to the left and right, wiggling out any tension in the lower back. I have arthritis and damage in my low back, so I have chronic pain, and this helps me every single day to be normal. Now take your feet and slowly sway them to the left and right. Doing it just as deep as your body allows. Spread your arms out in a T shape. And slowly kind of rock your feet to be closer towards the floor on either side. Now straighten the legs out and take that right knee and flip it over the left, but let your knees rest a little bit close to one another. And then again on the right side, but lift that foot up again, doing like a rotation to kind of help fight against grandma butt. Widen the knees and sit back on them in froggy pose. Widening, stretching your inner thighs. Flex your feet. Using your arms to lower your chin and your chest, front and back. Release, lay the feet and the legs straight out behind you. Place your arms in a T position, and again, take your left foot and cross it over the right, getting a spinal twist, but let's pulse our right leg up and down, warming up your inner thigh so that it can slightly get a little bit tighter. Just pulsing it. If you have any sort of flab in your inner thighs and they're not very strong, that can really help activate them and get them used to working. To increase the longevity and the health of your legs, flip your right foot over your left again, doing a spinal twist, and bounce your right leg up and down, pulsing, using your inner thigh muscles to move the leg. You need your legs for the rest of your life to carry your body through, and you want to stay supple and, fully able in having your mobility as long as possible. When I'm 90 years old, I hope to still be able to carry my own groceries up flights of stairs and to be completely comfortable and as healthy as possible. So that's sort of the goal. Lay on your belly and grab your ankles behind you. And sort of pull them in and pull your chest up into a wheel position. Release. Push yourself up into tabletop position. And on the breath, let's do some cat-cows, where you dip your belly down and then push the back to the ceiling on the breath. Sit back on your feet. Grab your hands behind you, puff out your chest and stretch. Look up and back, stretching the neck. Release. Spend a few moments doing some head rolls. Let your chin dip down to your chest and move it over to your left shoulder, then roll it through to your right. Lift the chin up to be parallel with the ground and let your left ear meet the left shoulder, then the right ear meet the right shoulder. Squeeze the shoulders up to your ears and roll them down and around, and then up and forward. Really getting some good comforting squeezes in that neck. On the breath, squeeze those shoulders up to meet your ears and then drop them down. Then let's stretch our arms by taking our left arm and pull it over towards the right side, hugging it in towards you, and then the other arm. Release. Take the left hand and place it in the small of your neck behind you and between your shoulder blades, and take your right arm and sort of pull it towards the right side, getting a good deep stretch. Arms up in the air, lower them down, then back up in the air. Take your right hand, place it back in the behind you in the middle of your shoulder blades. Left hand grabs that elbow and pulls it gently over to the left side, getting a good stretch. Release. More shoulder rolls. Do some head rolls. We're going to use this time to really pamper ourselves with the stretching, giving ourselves as much massage time as possible. Let's get into our first downward facing dog of the day, and let's step our feet, like take your dog for a walk, pedaling your feet, lifting the heels up on the left and right side. Now widen those feet and come up on the toes and curl the body forward and flat to a plank position. And then tuck the chin and shift the hips up and back into downward facing dog again. Pushing the chest closer to the thighs. Then on a breath, curl forward, catching a wave into plank position again. And then tuck the chin and do a full body roll up and back into downward facing dog. Inhale and catch a wave, moving forward, but instead of plank, let's lower our knees and get into tabletop. Lift the right hand up to the sky, looking to the right side, then thread the needle through that hole and lower your face, the side face down on the mat, taking your left hand around to grab your waist into a bind. Breathing deeply in and out in this position, opening up the shoulder. Pull yourself back up again. Left hand goes high in the sky, reaching and stretching, looking at the side of you. Then thread the needle by pulling that left hand through that hole made by your right hand, lowering your left ear down on the mat. Stretch the right arm behind you, grabbing your own waist, getting a nice release in your shoulders. Lower, release and get yourself back up into tabletop position. Do a few cat-cows again. As many as you may need to increase the, just the movement of the fluids and the mobility in that back area. For myself, as an older woman, the back is something I have to pay a lot of attention to so that I can be pain-free throughout the day. cross your feet and then sit back to where you're in crisscross applesauce and stretch your arms out in front of you, lowering your head down to the mat, leaning over your feet, decompressing that back. Release, and then let's step up to the front of the mat in a standing position. Roll yourself into a tall mountain pose, hands high in the air. We'll do a couple of sun salutations. Swan dive down into forward fold. Breathe in and lift up with a flat back. And then lower down into forward fold again. Breathe in and step right leg back. Lower that leg down. Look up. Then shift the hips back, lifting that left foot up in a flex position into a half split, leaning over that leg to deepen the stretch in the back of your hamstrings on the left foot. Shift forward again, lift up the leg and let it meet the other into plank position. Shift forward slightly and slowly lower your body down, chaturanga. Pull the chest up into cobra. Tuck the feet under. Tuck the chin and shift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Breathing deeply in and deeply out. Slowly walk the feet to meet the hands at the top of the mat. Bend the knees generously and curl your spine. Uncurl it up to mountain pose again. Hands touch at the ceiling. Pull the hands down to heart center in prayer position. Breathe in, sweep the hands up to the ceiling, let them touch. Swan dive down in front of you into forward fold. Exhale. Then inhale, lift up, flat back. Exhale, lower the body back down into forward fold. Inhale and step the left leg back now, lowering the knee. Lift up the chest and look forward, shifting the weight towards the front. Then shift the hips back and extend that right foot out with the foot flexed into your half split. Breathe in and exhale, bending over that leg. Then step back forward. And then step the feet back into plank position, rock forward slightly and bend those elbows, slowly lowering your body down, chaturanga. Pull your chest up into cobra position and then tuck the chin and shift the hips up and back into downward facing dog. Slowly walk your feet to meet your hands. Forward fold, bend the knees, and then this time sit your bum back into chair position. You should feel the weight of your body being supported in your heels. Try to keep your back flat, arms reaching in front of you, lengthening the spine, breathing in and out, then release into forward fold. And then now let's sit our bums down on our mat. Hug your knees in, giving yourself a hug. And let's end our practice today with some meditation. Be a little bit extra selfish today and take a little bit longer, quieting your mind and emptying everything out. Release all of your worries, all of your to-do lists, and just take this moment to just selfishly wash your mind, cleanse your spirit and your mind by completely thinking of, you can think of a mantra, you can think of something such as your intention for the day. But if you want, sometimes what helps me to meditate is to close my eyes and picture a blank screen. and just be completely hyper-focused and aware of the breath coming in my nose and out of my nose. If you feel your mind drift, just kind of notice that and bring it back to noticing how the air feels going in your nose and then out of your nose. Thank you so much for watching Yoga by Beka. And if you have any kind of benefit from learning yoga with me, I hope that you'll watch the next video. I also hope that you'll like, subscribe, and also drop a comment. If you're a middle-aged woman and you have a specific issue with your body, something that's extra tight or an injury you want to work on, drop a comment and let me know what part of your body hurts. I'll research it and kind of find some of the best exercises for that issue, and we can learn them together. As always, consult your physician, and nothing that you do on these yoga videos is a diagnosis or treatment for anything. We're just trying to stay active and learn skills to better take care of ourselves. It's a great expression of self-love, and it's wonderful for the mind and the body to become yoked together for inner peace and happiness. I love you all to pieces. Have a beautiful day. Bye.